Well, we can't avoid it. It's back. OHL hockey, 2012-13 season. And it's going to be a wild and crazy one. The NHL lockout, players are coming and going. We don't know how things are going to shake out. Guys that start the season in the OHL might not be here when the NHL restarts. Guys have gone over to Europe. They might be coming back. It's going to be exciting. And there's going to be a lot of teams in the mix. This year, I really think there's no, unlike the last lockout, there's no super team, there's no London Knights in 2005 that are going to win 59 games. There's no Sidney Crosby, but there is a 15-year-old wonder kid with the Erie Otters, Connor McDavid, the first overall pick, who was granted exceptional status and brought into the league a year early. He's going to be fun to watch. There's a lot of great players to watch this year, and it's going to be fantastic. Let's take a look at the Western Conference. Looks like it's going to shape up to be a three-horse race. You got the Plymouth Whalers. They were disappointed last year. They got 4 NHL first-rounders. They have a lot of stud players on their team, a lot of scoring. They were knocked out early by the Kitchener Rangers. The Rangers are going to be there. It's their 50th anniversary season. They added 1,000 seats to the odd. There'll be more people watching. The London Knights were a goal away from winning the Memorial Cup last year. They lost in overtime in Shawinigan. They want to get back to Saskatoon this year, and they got some of the horses to do it. But the best player in the league is probably going to come out of here. I think it's going to be Montreal first-rounder Alex Galchenyuk. He's going to take the baton from Nail Yakupov, his old teammate, who's not coming back. And I think he's going to be a guy that gets 100 points and lift people out of his seats after missing last year. He's hungry. I think Plymouth wins it. And I think London wins their division, they're second, and they're pushed hard by Kitchener. That's the way I see the West going. In the Eastern Conference, I really like Belleville. I think in junior hockey, you start with the net out and go to the defense, and I think Belleville's got all the pieces. They got Malcolm Subban, who's right now the favorite to be Canada's goalie in Russia at the World Juniors. He can stand on his head. He went 9-1 last November. The Bulls can ride him for a month at a time. And then they got Vancouver first-rounder Brendan Gaunce. He's coming back. He could score 30, 40 goals. They're on the big ice. The Bulls are going to be hard to beat. But they're going to be pushed by the Barrie Colts. I really like Mark Scheifele. I think he's one of the best players in junior hockey. And that's if he's here, because the Winnipeg Jets used him, and he looked good in the NHL last year. If they come back, you never know what's going to happen. But Barrie's good. They got Andreas Athanasiou from London. He can really fly. They got a lot of good players back. They got a good goalie, Matthias Niederberger, back. They got Aaron Ekblad, who was an exceptional player last year. He looked good last year, and he's coming back strong. And this team feels like it has some unfinished business under Dale Hawerchuk. They're poised to get going, and I think they're going to challenge Belleville and win the conference. But there's a lot of parity in the East too. You got Ottawa, you got Brampton. They're going to play good defensively. And you got teams coming up. Peterborough missed playoffs 2 years in a row. They're not going to miss it a third year. New rebranding in Mississauga, the Mississauga Steelheads. Elliot Kerr owns the team now, and they got new uniforms, but they're kind of starting out new. They're going to try to get back in the playoff picture. The Kingston Frontenacs, Dougie Gilmore and Todd Gill have a guy to build around in forward Ryan Kujawinski. They're going to be a tough out too. There aren't any easy games. You win one on the road, you get on that bus, and you be happy about it. And that's throughout the league. And in the East, I think Belleville. I think Subban puts them over the top. He's going to win it for them, and they'll beat Barrie in the playoffs in the third round and get to the final. Who's going to win the league? I'm going to say Plymouth beats Belleville in the final. It's shaping out to be a great season, and I'll see you at the rink. For Sun Media, I'm Ryan Pyatt.